Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Shenanigans Comedy Theatre presents Clash of the Comics. It's our live online comedy competition coming to you every Tuesday and Thursday for Phase 2. I'd like to welcome you, but before we get started, I do want to let everybody know that this is a rated R show, so content will include crude language, adult themes, and drug references. This is intended for mature audiences only. So if you can't hang, leave now, please. Please note that the views and opinions expressed in this broadcast do not reflect or represent those of Shenanigans Comedy Theatre. A little bit about Shenanigans. So tonight is a contest based 100% on your votes. So you get ready to be judgmental AF because it is solely your vote that determines a winner. And hi everybody, I'm Kimberly Wilson, and I will be your host and MC for this evening. And I believe that's probably plenty about me and plenty about Shenanigans. So we're just going to go ahead and get to the meat of the matter and let you meet our first comic. Everybody, please welcome Saskia. Hey, Saskia.
Yeah.
How y'all doing? How are you doing? Can you hear me okay? Are we good?
Yeah, we're good, girl.
Good.
So you're going to have 5 minutes. Let me just kind of go over this real quick for the audience. These are 5-minute sets. If the comic is continuing on after 5 minutes, at 5 minutes and 15 seconds, I'll be rude as hell and interrupt them and cut them off. So y'all just understand that I'm not being mean. It's a contest, so I'm just trying to be fair. So, you good to go, Saskia?
I am.
All right, dear. Your 5 minutes start now.
Thank you so much, Kimberly. And I am ready to go, despite the fact that I had an expired salad for lunch. It expired on April 24th, and I know today is Cinco de Mayo, so it goes without saying that I do have diarrhea now. But the show must go on. All right?
You're right.
Oh, goodness. For those of y'all out there who've never met me, my name is Saskia. And that is a real name. It's a Dutch name if you've never heard it. And what it means is that my parents are assholes. Because we are not Dutch people, honey. Now, that said, I did practically grow up in a foreign country. I am originally from Alabama. But I recently moved out here to Phoenix, Arizona, where it's just like being inside of a hairdryer. Now, for my friends back east who know me and haven't heard from me in a while, you'll probably be saying, Lord, Saskia, your accent has gotten so pronounced since you moved out west. And I think that's really more to do with the fact that I'm getting more in touch with who I am during this quarantine. And y'all, who I am is a 39-year-old and holding Southern woman who knows her way around the Home Depot Gardening Center. No, I don't need your help. Get away. Oh, goodness gracious. But you know, when I moved out west, a lot of my friends back home said, Saskia, what are you going to do in Arizona? And I said, probably a whole bunch of medical marijuana. And they said, you're bad. And I said, don't talk to me that way. You don't know me like that. Now, I do miss some of my genuine friends from back home, and that's why I was doing some visiting via phone call with my old friend Faye from Alabama. And Faye is a lady who I know, if you know this certain Cracker Barrel on Interstate 65, you'll find her when you walk in. She's there with her big brown apron on with 37 stars on it. And she's always there to greet you warmly. And she'll say, y'all come on in. Welcome to the Cracker Barrel. My name is Faye, and you will notice that I do not have my last name on my tag because I had some harassing calls, so I will not tell you what it is, but it is Anderson. Now, just draw your attention right now. We do have some sales going on. You will find some new peanut brittle that is branded with Precious Moments figurines, which you can find over here by the sacks of cornmeal, which I brought from home. I make the cornmeal. Now, I also brought from home to put with my office things a picture of my daughter, Amanda. This is my daughter, Amanda. And this is her best friend, Saskia, from high school. And at first, we didn't want Amanda to be friends with Saskia. But then when we saw her, we said, oh, okay, she's white. That's okay. Now... Now, I'm here to tell y'all, just because we're from Alabama doesn't mean we're deeply racist, okay? All it means is that maybe we're just like medium racist. Now, I did want to draw your attention to some other specials that the Cracker Barrel is happening today. And if you could look over here in the aisle, you will see that we're now carrying our own line of avocado face masks. Those are all I eat now. So, you know, I may be patching after 40, but my butthole is about 23. Now, when I was friends with Saskia, when she was a little girl, she was just a weird little thing, and she was doing things to herself, like putting little cuts on her arms and stuff, and I told her, baby, it is never the right thing to do to harm yourself. There is a different way to feel better, and it is called shoplifting. And that is primarily, I think, how she has been spending her time lately. But anyway, so that was just a little visit with my friend Faye from back east, y'all. She is doing God's work, and I miss her deeply. But I'm about to get out of here, y'all. I just got the light. But I did want to say, it's been since January since I've been on stage, and I feel like it shows. But at any case, that's my time, y'all, and I miss y'all,
buddy.
And I'm so grateful for this opportunity to be on internet TV.
Saskia, everybody. All right, thank you, Saskia.
Hey, you're welcome.
Now we're gonna go to Mr. Erik Escobar. Hey, Erik.
Hello, how's everyone doing? Is everyone
good?
Well? Everyone's doing happy? We're good? We're quarantining? Yep. We're washing hands? Beautiful. I love it. Yep. Cool. Here I go. Should I go now?
Your 5 minutes start. Your 5 minutes start now.
Beautiful. I love it. Thank you so much, Kimberly. I'm over here quarantined in Los Angeles, Southern California. I want to know where everyone else is coming from. So if you're watching on the Facebook Live, type in the comments where you're coming from. We want to hear all these amazing viewers where you are. LA's been kind of weird. We just started getting some looting. Someone got shot outside my apartment last night, and I was freaking out because it was the first time I've ever used a gun. All right, guys, very scary, absolutely horrible. I'm not even that big of a gun fan. I went hunting when I was 16, tried to shoot a rabbit. I accidentally hit the magician. Okay, it was a horrible time, a little traumatized. The third worst birthday party I've ever been to. But it's weird, man. I'm quarantined with my girlfriend. We're trying to spice things up, so we started role-playing. I don't know if you want to know what role-playing is. It's when you get in bed with your partner, and you play with each other's roles, all right? I'm her little Pillsbury Dough baby. Look at that. Sexy boy, sexy boy. I wanted to do something nice for her this quarantine, so I bought her some lingerie. She got all mad. She was like, why? Would you still go out and shop at Goodwill? You know what I'm talking about? Talking about secondhand, am I right? Let's go. But it's weird, man. I love my girlfriend very much. She's Puerto Rican, Italian, and angry all the time. Absolutely angry. It's horrible. And it's weird because I've always dated black girls. I love black girls. So it's wild. Every time we walk by someone who's black, she's always like, oh, do you want to hook up with them too? And I'm always like, babe, you can't really talk like that about my cousin, okay? That's really offensive. I don't like that. He's a nice guy. Let's not bother him. I don't typically live with my girlfriend. I actually have some horrible roommates. If you've had horrible roommates in the past, clap it up at home. And if you're not clapping, you were the horrible roommate, all right? I have the worst roommates. They're loud, they're annoying, they're my parents. And it's wild, man. My dad, he's getting up there, and he's doing things. And I'm like, Dad, you can't do those things anymore. The other day, he called someone Oriental. And I'm like, Dad, don't say Oriental. Say Asian. He once called someone heavyset. I'm like, don't say heavyset. Say plus-sized or fat. I'd rather be fat than heavyset. All right, Dad? Come on. But the worst thing ever is a couple days ago, he called someone a pussy. And I'm like, Dad, it is 2020. We do not call people pussy anymore. We call them millennials, which is a very hard joke to tell as a 30-year-old. Very hard. And it's true. We're the worst. Have you ever had a conversation with 22-year-olds? It's like you're talking to 22-year-olds, okay? No one has a job. Everyone still lives at home. But I figured it out. Millennials are so weird because we were the first generation to have Wi-Fi, smartphones, the internet. It messed us all up. I can't do anything without my phone. I was taking a poop the other day, realized my phone wasn't with me, and I started crying. Okay, I started crying, I finished my business, and then I got out of that pool. And that was the second worst birthday I think I have ever been to. Absolutely horrible. You guys may have seen me on some things. You may have seen me on Last Comic Standing or Comedy Central or Craigslist. And it's weird because before this I would get auditions, but they were only auditions that matched my look and my type. And they were all cholo auditions. A cholo is like a Mexican gangster. And you can tell how tough I am by the way I pronounce cholo, all right? I'm not a scary guy. I'm not a tough guy. And here's the thing. I'm never going to be cast as a cholo because I don't look tough. There are guys with eye scars and neck tattoos. I don't look like a tough cholo, all right? Like, I look like a cholo who loves hummus and early Blink-182, okay? Like, I'm not going to steal your wallet, but I might steal your heart. Hey, how you doing? We are going through some weird times, though. Here's the thing. I was supposed to go to Mexico next week on a free flight. Now, this quarantine hits. I don't know what's going to happen, but I was supposed to go to Mexico on a free flight. I was getting deported, but that's not the important part. I just don't know if that's still going to happen. We'll see. I don't know if y'all have been drinking during quarantine. If you've been drinking, have yourself a drink. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Here's my water. Stay hydrated. So if you've been drinking, drink. But if you've been doing drugs, just be careful. I tried acid recently, and it was the worst experience of my life. Learned from my experience. I dropped it, tripped out. My little brother walked in the room and took some, which is horrifying, absolutely horrifying, because that is the one thing you do not want to experience as an only child. All right, guys. My name is Erik Escobar. Thank you so much. Follow me up. Vote for me. Clap it up for all your comics. It's going to be a great show.
Erik Escobar, everybody. Hi. And now we have our last comic for round one. For those of you that have been with us since phase one of Clash of the Comics Quarantine Edition, we were doing 8 comics a show. In this phase, we're doing 6 comics a show, so that's 3 per round. So we are going to welcome the final comic for round one, Jacklyn Metcalfe. Hey, Jacklyn, how's it going?
Yeah.
Hello, love. It's good. How are you?
Doing good, thank you. Do you have any questions, comments, or concerns before I start your time?
Nope. I'm still processing the whole millennial pussy thing.
All right on. Well, your 5 minutes start now.
So, how is everybody doing? I actually logged on tonight thinking I was attending some Shopaholics Anonymous kind of thing. Turns out that's not really the case, so I'm not a shopaholic. I don't admit to anything at all. So, when we all got confined, and I really wanted to stay away from, triggering everybody in their cubicle, but I thought I'd stop getting dick pics. But that's not what happened. I get more of them now. More. So what am I supposed to do with this? Because, again, I'm still trying to get laid, and you are even more not available. And it doesn't matter how big it is. I can't fuck that dick pic, guys. Come on now. And some of you, really? Did you look in the mirror before you said that to me? I mean, let me give you a description. Sandcastle, stepped on. Fish stick. A curled pubic hair. Basically, lots and lots of things that make me want to commit suicide. Thank you, assholes. As if I didn't have enough reasons to want to do that already. No, what you did was you shoved me into being an alcoholic. But, I get one guy, he's like, hey, baby, where can I get some pussy? Now, we are all in this together, and I got to help him out, right? So it's great that when I gave him the number to the local humane society, they were still open. Another guy, he's like, don't you want to feel this? I'm looking at this picture, I'm like, really, dude? You and I both know, even if you were sitting here right now, I was blowing that like I was a freaking hurricane. It would not get any bigger. Ooh. Get that off my face. Another guy, he's like, baby, where do you want me to put this? Back in the toy box with the other freaking toys? Do I look like a child? But the one that takes the cake, speaking of pussy, he said he was going to pop my pussy. Really? Do I look like I'm a virgin? Come on, I have 3 kids. But see, this guy thought he was Oral Redbacher, didn't he? But I get lots of guys that hit me up on Facebook. They want to date me, from India and Morocco and, you name every third world country, and they're willing to come here and date me if I pay for their plane ticket. And then they're going to make me a princess and double my money back. But I'm a broke hoe. That's totally not going to work. So before this all went down, I want to end this on this quick story. First of all, I used to complain about, those cardboard straws when you go to a restaurant. The ones that when you're sucking on it goes flaccid, because that's exactly what every girl wants to suck on, something that goes flaccid in her mouth. At this point, I'll suck on anything. But there's one guy, you should pay attention to those red flags. Just watch the red flags. If they get lost in a roundabout, ladies, run the fuck away. That is not a man you want to mess with. The other thing that you don't want to do is when you agree to go to their house and they have no children and you walk in and there are toys everywhere. No, honey, that's a pedophile. Because that is exactly what I walked into. This guy had toys everywhere, and I'm like, holy shit, am I on a play date? Really? Okay, but I had already invested, 3 hours into this, so I needed to get something out of it. And so I was like, okay, I know how to get this done. I need to drink. What do you have to drink? He's like, well, help yourself. So I walk into the kitchen. I find this clear shit. And it might have been alcohol. I think it was pretty much rubbing alcohol, because when I lit a cigarette, I blew them up. My name is Jacklyn. Thank you guys. There's my time. Have a
All right.
Yeah, bye.
Jacklyn Metcalfe, everybody. Okay, folks, here's the deal. It's time to vote for a round 1 winner. If you'll notice on the slide, there is a QR code. However, I realize that if you are watching and voting on the same device, that's not going to work. So that's why we have the URL underneath the QR code. And we also have the links in the comments as well as in the description of the video. So we're going to give you 5 minutes to vote a winner of round 1, and then we'll see you back here to move on to round 2.
parked in the shade, but it's like humid.
Are you like trying to get in a Zoom show and a suicide in the same cast right now? Just like I'm just driving.
Absolutely. This is how
It's like a drive-in movie. You park your car in a space facing the stage. You tune your car stereo in to 95.7 to hear us loud and clear. In accordance with the governor's guidelines, please do not leave your vehicle. Showtimes are at 8 and 9:30 p.m. and run for about 45 minutes. The cost is only $20 per carload. Spaces are limited. Get yours at shenanigans.yapsody.com. Please bring your own refreshments and use the bathroom before you get here. This weekend, in honor of Mother's Day, we bring you our Momedy Show. All moms, all shows. This is an outdoor event, however, as long as it's not storming, the show will go on. If weather is questionable, please check our Facebook page for updates. We hope to see you soon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, round one has completed. The voting has completed, and we had a super duper tight race. The winner only won by one vote, and that winner was Saskia. So we will see Saskia back at the end of round two to compete for the final vote of the night. And I again am Kimberly Wilson. Thank you for hanging around. Thank you for voting. Please hang around, vote for a winner on round two. Speaking of round two, we're going to go ahead and get that started. We're going to start off with Alyssa. And there she is, chugging some drink. Hey, Alyssa, how's it going?
Oh, fantastic. What a day to be alive. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Do you have any questions, comments, or concerns before I start your time?
How did you get so goddamn cute?
Oh, you know, just my mom and them. No, I don't get a vote, so you can flatter somewhere else. All right. Your 5 minutes start now, Alyssa.
Wow, thank you. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. Are we drinking tonight? Or are the comics? That's what I'm like. Look at me. Excellent, excellent. Is anyone out here drinking and driving tonight? Not because we have anywhere to be, just because you miss it? No? I'm going to go take a joyride after this set. Make this feel like a real comedy show. And then I won't have to deal with people and their fake concern shit, like telling me to text me when you get home so I know you made it. Or what? If I don't text you, you're going to call 911 and orchestrate a search party for my drunk ass? No. You just want me to take the time out of my day to send you a text so you can sleep at night because you doubt my proficiency at drinking and driving, bitch? I am Danica Patrick in these streets, okay? When I drink and drive, I've never, ever killed more than one kid, okay? And one dog. That's... I don't actually mean any of that shit. I just like to say horrible things to gauge and judge the people I'm speaking to. Right now, I can tell that the comics, at least, are drunk and morally compromised. I don't know about the people. It's fine. I love talking shit when I'm drunk, and that's like really been fucking me up recently. Because I'll wake up every morning to hundreds of notifications because my drunk ass decided to fight some boomer in the Facebook comments. So, I know internet sites are pathetic. I know I don't want to be that guy, but there's just like a little devil inside me that loves telling people shit they don't want to hear. I'm like a stereotypical dad. You know, when I'm drunk, I feel like you need my help building character. You know? Sometimes the line between character building and abuse are blurred for sure. I read this. Hold on. Oh my god. There we go. Post. And it was in all caps, and it said, if you leave the house to buy ice cream or beer or anything else that you don't need, fuck you, go to hell, you're causing people to die. And I found that very offensive because beer is not a want, it's a need. And my drunk ass thought it'd be fun to comment as right as you may be, this post didn't change any minds or save any lives. That was 68 notifications in the morning. Right there. And then the person replies, "That's so fucked up that you would say that to me. I struggle with mental illness." It's like, bitch, I don't know you. So I responded, "I'm so sorry to hear you're struggling, but you know, experts agree that the worst thing for mental illness is social media." Oh, boom, 200 notifications. Next day, just over and over and over again. I don't know if it's like obvious from the entire like vibe I'm putting out there to the interweb, but I come from a white trash people, and sometimes people like are like, "What do you mean, like white trash people?" I mean, like my dad thought WTF stands for "Where's the Fireball?" And I was like, "Dad, what the fuck?" He's like, "Yeah, what the fuck? Where's the goddamn fireball?" Like what do I mean by white trash people? I mean, like when I was growing up, and all my friends in high school had to hide their weed from their parents because they were scared of getting in trouble. I had to hide my weed from my parents because I was scared of getting in trouble for how crappy it was. Like, you people don't know what it's like to be a disappointment to your family because the quality of your drugs is so bad. Like, every day just called out, like, "Look at all these seeds. Look at all these stems. Cheryl, did you bang the mailman 16 years ago? Because this kid ain't mine. Blah, 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 blah." I don't work my ass off for my daughter to be stuck in the 70s. Maybe I'd buy better weed if you didn't smoke it all, Dad. Like, like, goodness gracious. This is what you get when you listen to those comedians that are like, "Be yourself on stage. That'll work." They'll like that. Be yourself. I just don't understand, like, why does everyone always tell you to be yourself until they see you off your meds?
All right, that's your time, Alyssa. Thank you very much. Alyssa, Poteet, everybody. Thank you, Alyssa. And now we're going to go to Daniel Hardin. That's not Daniel. Hang on, let me get Daniel up here. There he is. Hey, Daniel.
Hey.
How are you, sir?
I'm very good.
Very good. Any issues before we start your time?
Nope, not at all.
All right, well, your 5 minutes start now.
All right. Well, hey, everybody. Thanks for coming out on a Tuesday night to your living room. I think everybody I know is watching, and they just tuned out. Okay. So people's been asking me, have I been nervous to do an online show? And to be honest, yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking. I'm used to having an audience in front of me. But I'm a half-glass full kind of guy. What I mean by that is, yeah, things are a little crazy right now, but this gives me an opportunity to do my comedy and not wear pants. So, but you want access to that content, then after the show, you got to subscribe over to my premium Snapchat, and that address is D6969. So, quarantine life has been a little crazy lately. I haven't really got a whole lot done. It's been a lot of just laying around, eating cookie dough straight out of the wrapper. And before anybody starts in with that, "Oh, it'll make you sick." No, it won't. Grow up. If you still believe cookie dough will make you sick, then I can only assume you still believe in the tooth fairy or gun control. And it's gotten so ridiculous now that the stores are selling what they call edible cookie dough, and it's like $2 for a teaspoon. So, let me just be real with everybody. All cookie dough is edible, if you ain't no bitch. I mean, I rarely ever make it to cookie completion. My girl has more orgasms than I have fresh baked cookies. 2 things that never happened in my life. So I don't have an audience to ask. Am I coming through okay? You can see me good?
Yep.
Okay. I don't need to adjust anything. Not too much glare coming off my head.
Well.
Okay. Well, so I figured out something the other day. I'm jealous that I can't grow a mullet. I mean, because a mullet, it just says it all. It says business in the front, party in the back. That's how I tend to live my life. But the best I can do is I can only grow the Hulk Hogan. So, I mean, what's that really say about you? Divorced, living with your parents in the front, WrestleMania in the back. The only thing that bothers me about being bald is people feel the overwhelming need to tell you who you remind them of. And I've heard it all. My gym buddies, they like to call me Mr. Clean. So that's when I decided I had to grow my facial hair out. So now it's more like Mr. Clean-ish. Mr. Clean was just hiding all his dirty dishes in the oven when company came over. Recently, I was told I look like Vin Diesel's shitty little brother, Ben Diesel. Lives his life 0.4 kilometers at a time. Sounds like he shoots heroin. Definitely wears assless leather chaps. And then I even had one guy tell me I look like a gay porn star. And I was like, whoa, what's that supposed to mean? Thinking that maybe he got a peek at my butterfly back tap. And he just said, well, the back of your head looks really familiar.
Oh.
Thanks, I guess. I mean, it's a weird compliment, but I'll take it. But if this does anything for anybody in the audience, remember that premium Snapchat is Sweet D 6969. So, one last thing before I get out of here. I personally don't believe Kim Jong-un is dead. I mean, just the same reason I don't believe Tupac is dead. I think, when the next undiscovered album comes in, they're both going to be on the #1 single, Nuke These Streets. And that's my time.
All right. Thank you, Daniel Hardin, everybody. Now we have one last comic in round 2. Going to welcome Alex Avery. Hey, Alex.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good. Daniel, I don't mean to blow any cannonballs in your pirate ship, but Kim Jong-un is alive.
Told you.
So is Tupac, but definitely Kim Jong-un. Right? Okay, anyway.
All right. Let me just cut in here so I can start your time and you and Daniel can chat later. All right.
Yeah.
Your 5 minutes start now, Alex.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks for having me, guys. This is a beautiful audience. Honestly, I'm happy to be here. I got my wisdom teeth taken out. I got my wisdom teeth removed, and they didn't put me under all the way, so I just bite reflex. Did you guys know that the human jaw has the full capacity to bite through a grown man's finger?
Oh.
Yeah. So imagine what it did to my dentist's penis.
Now he had to go see a real doctor. It was disgusting. Every time I tell that joke, I can still taste it. Oh, crap. Is the speaker off?
No, it sounds better, actually. Keep going.
Okay, crap. Well, that's going to affect me. Let's just move on to the next fucking joke. Does it take anyone else a while to, I don't know. For me as a guy, it takes me a while to climax sometimes. It's very frustrating. Very frustrating. One time, this chick was blowing me, and it's taken 30 minutes, and she pulls my dick out, and she looks at me and she's like, well, maybe you're actually gay. And I'm like, well, that can't be it. When guys blow me, it takes twice as long. So I don't know. So, I don't know. I just remember, like, in school. One time in school, remember when they'd, like, put us in pairs? They'd, like, pair us up. And there was one time we did this class project where they put us into pairs. And they, for whatever reason, put the only 2 black kids in the entire class together. And they wanted us to go around the room and talk about one thing that each of us had in common. So, like, with the pairs, they wanted to be like, what's one thing you guys have in common? I swear this joke has payoff, all right? So they're, like, going around the room. Every kid is saying the thing that they have in common with their partner. And they get to the 2 black kids, and it's Arenze Akenze and Elijah Kirk, which is, why is it, like, black guys can have a name that rhymes and you still take them seriously? Like, if I came out here and I was like, my name's Alex Smalix, you guys would be like, get the fuck out of here. But anyway, Arenze stands up, he looks at Elijah, and he's just like, he looks at the class, and he's like, we're both brown, and the entire room just erupts with laughter, and it was incredible. Like, I was like, oh my god, that was, like, the funniest thing. And then I'm like, well, I have to say something funny. I want to, like, try to be as funny as Arenze was, so I'm, like, racking my brain trying to think of what to say when they get to us, and I'm just like, and they get to Michael and I just look at Michael, and I'm all like, we're both closeted gay. And the entire class went silent. And since it was an art school, they were very supportive. And Michael looks at me and he's just like, I'm not gay. And I'm like, that's exactly what a closeted gay would say. I don't... Anyway. All right. We'll change gears for a second. It took my cousin forever to conceive her first child. You know, so many doctors, miscarriages. She says it took blood, sweat, and tears to have that kid. I'm like, why didn't you try cum? And since it was right, like, what an idiot. Or, like, it's perfectly fine to refer to a massacre as a total bloodbath, but apparently not your cousin's water birth, right? Like, they say the miracle of life is beautiful, but it's disgusting in a public pool. Like, why do most people seem to forget? Not every water birth is planned. Like, no one's using that slip and slide. That's, yeah, no one's using that slip and slide. That's just what her husband calls her pussy. That's his words, not mine, you know? It's like if a lifeguard, you know... The lifeguard is like, no running in the pool, and then someone slips on a placenta and dies, so you gotta watch out. Stranger danger. Anyway, I'm trying to cram as many jokes in here as I can. I'm pro-choice, and a lot of people be like, Alex, you're pro-choice. Doesn't actually mean that you're anti-consequences. But I'm telling you guys that is not true at all, right? Because whether or not she decides to have that kid, I'm still gonna leave the country. You know, I don't know. I was walking out downtown Portland the other day, and I saw a lady bring her child into an abortion clinic. And I was like, who the hell brings a child to an abortion clinic? Then it dawned on me. I was like, oh, duh, procrastinators. I don't know, feminism, right? That's the one thing you guys want to hear a white dude talk about, feminism. Nothing chaps a clit than hearing a white dude talk about feminism or religion. I'm going to talk about both of them really quick. Because I have feminist friends, and I have religious friends, and it seems like they tend to disagree on a lot of things, but I've noticed that they have some similarities, you know, like they both have this one book that they really want you to read, or they're both into picketing and guys with piercings, or if you meet a man who's way too into it, probably a rapist. You know, if he says he's a priest and a male feminist, you should check your communion wine. That's all I'm saying. But it seems like every woman I've dated, like every single woman I've dated, has been into choking during sex, and every single one of them never actually told me. It's just been like lucky guesses every time. Like the fact that they climax is the only thing keeping me out of prison, you know? Quick tip, fellas, if you can't find the clitoris, find the trachea. All right, that's my time.
Alex Avery, everybody. All right, that's it for round 2. Again, there's your voting slide. There is a link that has just been posted in the comments for round 2, as well as the description of the video. And you got 5 minutes. If you need to type it in, it is right there below the QR code. So please cast your vote now for round 2.
can press the button that makes the speaker loud enough for me to hear everybody, but it won't let me do it. It's just saying speaker off, and it's being a piece of garbage. I need a new phone.
I don't know, but I'm still hearing somebody's notifications.
You tune your car stereo in to 95.7 to hear us loud and clear. In accordance with the governor's guidelines, please do not leave your vehicle.
Okay, guys.
Show times are at 8 and 9:30
have
p.m.
another
and
very
run for
narrow
about
margin,
45 minutes.
but the winner for round 2 was Daniel Hardin. So thank you, Alyssa and Alex. If y'all will jump off the line real quick.
Please bring your own refreshments and use the bathroom before you get here.
Okay.
This weekend, in honor of Mother's Day, we
guys
bring
are
you
still
our
there?
Momedy show. All moms,
I'm
all
just taking
shows.
care of it. All right.
This is an outdoor event. However, as long as it's not storming, the show will go on.
Again, I will
If the weather is
do a little
questionable, please check
talking
our
and then I'll
Facebook
cut
page
to
for
you
updates.
guys, okay?
All right. We hope to see you soon.
Welcome back, guys. I realize you heard some of our banter in that last little bit there. Sorry about that. If you will notice on this lovely slide, it gives you a preview of the wonderful comics that you'll get to see if you tune in this coming Thursday at 8 o'clock. Again, comics from all over. Super stoked about getting to hear them. So, what we're going to do now, before I go back over to start the head-to-head round, is to let you know who the winner was of round 2. And the winner, again by a super narrow margin, voting's very close tonight. The winner of round 2 is Daniel Hardin. Congratulations, Daniel. We'll get to him in just a minute. So in the final round, we have the first comic will be coming back to us is Saskia. Hello, welcome back, Saskia.
Hey, thanks.
And she will do 3 minutes, and then Daniel will do 3 minutes, and then you guys will vote a winner. So, are you ready to go, Saskia?
As ready as I'll ever be.
All right, your 3 minutes start now.
This is going to be a mess of a 3 minutes because I did not expect to win the first round. But all that said, I would like to thank everybody who voted for me, including my dad and my little sister, Phoenix. Hi, sweetheart. And I would also like to thank myself, as I did vote for myself. You know, I've been reflecting on my time in stand-up comedy, and I've got to say, this open mic online experience is really just like it is in real life, where there's only 2 people just kind of tittering at me. All that said, I do want to say I've been doing a lot of work on myself this year. I made my New Year's resolution to wake up every morning and spend the first 10 minutes of the day dedicated to intentional self-care. And then when I'm done masturbating, I'll make an egg. I'm of course kidding. I take way too much Zoloft to reach climax. Now, that's not a problem for me because I've been married for 15 years, and my husband and I will be celebrating that anniversary this summer. And I think it's just a real special thing because, you know, we still feel like we are newlyweds. And I think the trick to that is just that he was in jail for the first 13 years of our marriage. Now, I will say that I'm very proud of him now because he is a contributing member of society again. He is a landlord, and he is renting our backyard shed to a millennial for $800 a month. We told him it was a tiny house. But whatever pays the bills, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so just one last little rumination about my time in stand-up. A man told me recently, you know, what you do is not normal. And I thought that was a pretty astute observation for a man with a beard long enough to wipe his own ass with. Normal's relative, you son of a bitch. All right. Well, I can hear the voices in my head are calling me. The voice of my good friend Faye, who I spoke about in round 1. And she reminded me that I have a bottle of wine in my fridge, and that bottle is shaped like a cat. Now, I'm going to go up now because Kim just gave me the light, and it is time for me to go get me a slug of some of that good old-fashioned cat wine.
All right, Saskia, everybody. All right, and now we're going to cut back to our second finalist, Daniel Hardin. Hey, buddy, how are you?
Hey, good.
Good.
Still drunk.
Perfect. All right. Your 3 minutes start now, sir.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for voting for me. I, again, didn't think I would make it this far either. Man, so like I said earlier, quarantine life's been pretty crazy. Pre-quarantine, I had a pretty decent beach body going, and now I've got a nice personality. Yeah, I like to work out, but I don't like eating right, so I'm a little counterproductive. You know, it's kind of like when you jump on your bed after you make it. Drop a dump after you get out of the shower. Wear a condom after you get herpes. It's just all kind of whatever. Yeah. One thing about working out is don't believe Planet Fitness when they say they're a judgment-free zone, because they judge the fuck out of me. One time I was over in the squat racks just watching a video, getting my form right, and they came over and accused me of watching gay porn. No, that wasn't cool, but... And then the last time I was there, I got accused of taking steroids after I took my shorts off in the locker room. I also trained jiu-jitsu, and, you know, I feel like everybody pretty well knows what jiu-jitsu is. I had to explain it to a coworker one time, and she stopped me mid-sentence to ask, so when y'all are rolling around on the ground, do you ever get balls in your face? And the answer is all the time. You name it. I've had people's balls in my face, other people's sweat in my mouth.
Ugh.
Sometimes it ends with getting choked by a grown man. I love it.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Who says men can't have daddy issues too? And if I don't get the finish, I'll leave with a total case of blue belt. Well, that's actually all I had for this round, so you stay classy, people on the internet.
Just stay classy, everybody. All right. Here we go, folks. It is time for you to vote a winner for the night. Now, this is a big responsibility because this winner will come back for our $100. Again, there's QR code. There is a URL directly underneath QR code, and the 5-minute voting period starts now. All right, folks, we are back, and it was a barn burner. Before we get to the results, I'd like to point out what's on your screen right now. Look at those beautiful, amazing, fashion-forward Shenanigans Comedy Theatre t-shirts that you can buy for only $15. I didn't realize I was going to do that. All right, surprise! So I have a winner for us all. If I can get the folks that are kind of on hold there to help me with the drum roll. The winner tonight, by only 2 votes, is Daniel Hardin, everybody. Daniel, that was a great show from everyone. Let's cut over here. Let's go back to Daniel and say hey. Hey, Daniel. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. Thank everybody at home.
All right. That which is the entire world. Just thank you, world, is what you're trying to say.
Yes.
Okay,
Stay classy.
Cool. All right, well, you guys can come back on Tuesday, May 26th and see Daniel in the finale round. Vote for him. Let him win $100. But until then, that is our show. I would just like to remind you guys tuning in, and we hope to see you again on Thursday. But for now, you guys have a fantastic rest of your night. Thank you for watching.